Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a gunman's rampage in Lexington leaves 2 women dead and 3 more injured, including a Kentucky State Police trooper. And officials with Apple Red Legal Aid are sharing advice in a virtual clinic on eviction notices.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Monday, July 14th. We're at 5:31 this morning, and it's time to check on in with Megan Dusmall for a look at that forecast. We've been talking about this heat, Megan. We're halfway through July, almost. We're on that 3rd week. 2 more left. Not that I'm counting, but I'm counting down the days that it's not hot anymore.
Yeah, counting down the days until we can have pumpkin spice lattes, a little bit cooler, maybe a scarf. Yeah, I'm looking forward to fall. Temperatures this morning are definitely on the warmer side as we're sitting in those 70s for most of the region. A little bit warmer than what we saw yesterday for our northeastern counties, especially towards West Virginia. Afternoon high temperatures, mid to upper 80s, could hit 90 degrees as you travel towards portions of Harlan. Really just depends on how much rain we see this afternoon. Speaking of the rain, here's a look at that live pinpoint Doppler radar. It's nice and dry right now, but you'll notice as you're traveling into Logan County, West Virginia, towards Mount Gay, there is a little bit of some scattered showers that we're monitoring this morning. We'll continue to watch over the next couple of minutes. Now, for that 12-hour forecast for you, temperatures will be warming up to the mid to upper 80s as we're heading into the early afternoon. Chances of scattered showers will pick up around noon, and we'll continue to watch that move across the region into the late evening hours, tapering off as you're heading into your Tuesday. Amelia.
Police have now identified the man killed in a motorcycle crash in the Knoxville area early last week. It happened Tuesday morning on North Broadway Street. Officers say an SUV was trying to cross all 4 lanes at the intersection with Old Broadway to pull into a shopping center. Officers say Cody Morocco was driving a motorcycle on North Broadway and hit the side of the SUV. He died at the scene. The driver of the SUV was taken to the hospital. A man was arrested and charged in connection with a shooting in West Virginia. Deputies say this happened last weekend in the St. Albans area. Detectives say the victim had gone to Christopher Fox's home to see his ex-girlfriend. A fight broke out, which escalated and resulted in Fox firing a shotgun. Detectives say because of conflicting statements and physical evidence collected at the scene, Fox was arrested and charged with 2 counts of malicious wounding. It was a heartbreaking Sunday in Lexington. Officials say a shooting at Richmond Road Baptist Church, an old Richmond road, left 2 women dead and 2 men in the hospital, one in critical condition. 72-year-old Beverly Gum and 32-year-old Christina Combs died at the scene. Lexington police say the suspect was shot and killed by officers. They also say they believe the suspect may have had a connection to the church. General manager of Boondog's Bar and Restaurant, Casey Darling, tells us staff immediately got customers inside and locked all of the doors.
A lot of panic. I think there were a lot of customers that left. I think they went out the other side of our entrance here and were very nerve-wracked with the experience that was happening. We need customers to know that they're still safe to come out here.
Darling says the restaurant provided emergency workers with food and water as needed, and he's offering support to the church. Lexington police say they're offering support to anyone affected by yesterday's shooting. Police in Laurel County arrested a Scott County man after they say he had meth and oxycodone in his possession. It happened Thursday on East Laurel Road during a checkpoint. Police discovered that Larry Bartley was wanted on a board parole violation warrant. Police found the drugs on Bartley while they were in the process of arresting him. He was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. A Lawrence County man was sentenced to 10 years in prison on multiple charges, including possessing meth with the intent to distribute it. According to Kenneth Eisen Jr.'s plea agreement, authorities obtained a search warrant for his home last September. Law enforcement agencies found a host of drugs, including nearly 170 grams of suspected meth and several firearms. Eisen admitted to possessing narcotics with the intent to distribute them. Well, we do continue to follow a major story out of Powell County. State police say Brian Epperson is tied to the deaths of 2 Kentucky women. Just days ago, Epperson was charged with murder. He faced a judge on that charge for the first time Friday. Samantha Valentino has the family's reaction.
Brian Epperson was arrested for possession of meth 2 weeks ago. That charge came after Rochelle Dawson was found dead in a room at the Red Roof Inn in Winchester. His arrest citation says Epperson rented the room and capsules filled with meth were found in his truck. Caleb Thompson is Rochelle's fiance.
I'm never going to get to see her again. I'm never going to get to feel her hands. Like I said, she was cold. She was cold the other day.
That was at Rochelle's funeral. It's where Thompson says he was when he learned Epperson had been charged with murder, but connected to another woman's death.
A friend of mine had sent me a post where he had been charged with Kristen's murder, and it was a little bit of a weight that was lifted off my heart.
Epperson's arrest citation says Kristen Morris was found dead in a property rented by Epperson on May 31st. Her cause of death was ruled an overdose with only meth in her system. The amount of meth was more than 200 times that of a typical overdose. The citation says capsules containing meth, similar to those found when Rochelle died, were found inside the rental property. In his criminal complaint, KSP says a search of Epperson's phone revealed he'd searched overdose death information after the deaths of both women. Epperson also told troopers he had placed meth inside the capsules found at both scenes. Thursday, Epperson was arraigned for Morris's murder. He pled not guilty. What's your initial reaction when you hear that?
I feel, to be honest, sick.
Winchester police arrested Epperson on that possession of meth charge. They're still waiting for Dawson's toxicology test to come back so that they can present their case to the prosecutors and determine the most appropriate charges.
There's no way it cannot be murder. There's no way it cannot be a second murder.
In Powell County, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Brian Epperson is due back in court for his murder case tomorrow. He also has a preliminary hearing scheduled tomorrow for his possession of meth charge. A Bell County man pleaded guilty to a brutal attack. Charles Gardner admitted to assaulting and strangling a woman. The case stems from an incident in 2022 where Gardner attacked a woman with a knife, then used his hands to strangle her until she lost consciousness. After being released on the charges, Gardner failed to appear in court and was later indicted for bail jumping last year. A sentencing of 12 years was recommended for Gardner. His sentencing is set for July 31st. 4 former school employees facing child abuse charges appeared in a Greenup County courtroom. Michael Lyons, Mackenzie Rice, Faith Jordan, and Ashley Treisler all entered not guilty pleas. The reported incident happened at McHale Elementary School between October and November of last year. The 4 are expected back in court on August 28th. Governor Andy Beshear announced Kentucky State Police arrested 197 people in the state-wide drug bust Operation Summer Heat 2.0. Reports indicate 197 arrests and 490 charges issued. Last year, Operation Summer Heat saw 206 people arrested and nearly $700,000 worth of drugs removed from Kentucky streets. KSP reports in 2024, the Commonwealth saw more than a 30% decline in overdose deaths. Officials with Apple Red Legal Aid are sharing advice on eviction notices in their virtual eviction prevention clinic. Legal professionals with Apple Red say they're there to support you. They say if you've received a notice to vacate but have not yet received an eviction order, you still have rights. Charnel Burton with Apple Red says these sessions are in place to serve you so that you're able to understand your rights and talk to your landlord.
Once an actual court case is initiated, you're very limited on what you can do. So what we're trying to do is assist people before things ever get to that point to avoid having an eviction ever filed against them.
The virtual clinics are hosted every other Wednesday from noon to 1. They're online and free for you to attend. A Pike County distilling company is expanding, taking over the operation of a popular Pikeville location. Brothers Wright Brewing Co., based in the Belfry community, acquired the brand and building of Dueling barrels in downtown Pikeville. Co-owners of the operation say they're excited to see what this next chapter brings, allowing them to grow their local business while celebrating what Dr. Pierce Lyons and his family planted.
We want to try to expand on that. We want to, that's kind of what he wanted his vision for this facility. We want to keep that going with the distillation of spirits and continue to grow our brand.
Wright says the acquisition will come with some changes, but the current staff will be retained and more jobs are expected to come in the future. The American Rally Association is partnering with Backroads of Appalachia to establish a national rally training center in Owsley County. The 200-plus acre facility will be near Boonville. Officials say a 1.4-mile off-road course will be available for team and manufacturer testing. That site is being built with the help of a more than $7 million grant with the Appalachian Regional Commission. Officials say construction on that project will start this fall. Well, Buckhorn Lake has a new project update. In partnership with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources, new fish habitat structures were built. It's in an effort to bring better conditions for fish in the lake. These habitats are made of concrete and brush and will help to create a healthier population for the fish right now and far into the future. Scott Alexander says the Perry County Fiscal Court also donated.
It's a part of tourism that I think that we can really increase upon for people to realize how good the fishing is in Perry County, as well as at Buckhorn Lake and even Carr Creek Reservoir. So we was excited to partner with the Corps, and we look forward to partnering with them in the future.
Alexander says he's grateful for the hard work and dedication of all those who helped to make this project a reality. The Christian Appalachian Project is continuing to serve folks who were impacted by natural disasters. Every summer, CAP hosts volunteers from around the country who have a heart for service. As we told you Wednesday, a group from Connecticut came to volunteer in Floyd County. The CAP Volunteer Program Manager for the Big Sandy Valley, Christy Lawson, says some folks just like them come out, working to serve as the hands and feet of God.
They come and spend a week with us. They go out and help in the community. CAP also has Camp Shawnee going on right now here in the Sandy Valley area. And then in the springtime, again, we have Alternative Spring Break, which is our fest season. And we have college kids come in and basically do the same thing.
Lawson says it's a blessing to have so many groups come to Eastern Kentucky to volunteer. She says the volunteers never hesitate to help however they can and look for new ways to make an impact.